and with a very short time of delivery. Okay. Many things have been said about this. To have an idea to create a new idea, to cause a break-off. They will have the hands out of this. Yeah, okay. Then I don't insist when if it's too fast, just stop me. How do innovators do? They can discover a hidden truth. Galileo does not devise or does not invent the solar system. The inventor is to create something from elements. It is only God, for faithful people, who created from nothing. Okay? And the innovator, like Henry Ford, he doesn't invent the motor. He doesn't invent the wheels, but he invented a system to make, the idea is to make cars affordable by medium salaries or medium revenue, medium income. I started telling you that engineers are not inventors, or are suspected not to be. They have another problem. It is the limited extent of their concern. Mathematics, science, etc., analysis, perhaps a little sport, but they have no time, but they have to do the effort to be aware of the surrounding. As said Mr. Belhayat, environment. I find, well, I don't read all the novel, but do you know Alice in Wonderland?
Yes.
Alice au Pays des Merveilles. Would you tell me, please, which way I ought to go from here? That depends a good deal on where you want to get to, said the cat. I don't much care where, said Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go. Celui qui ne sait pas où il doit aller, bon, celui qui ne sait pas où il veut aller ne peut pas trouver le chemin. So long I got somewhere, Alice added as an explanation. It's a very strong thinking here, because to chase out our feeling of guilty, you invent an explanation just to have a peace of mind. So long I get somewhere, oh, you are sure to do that, said the cat. If you only walk long enough, why not your whole life? Well, how do inventors do information gathering, data mining, formalization? If you don't write, nothing will. Because human knowledge, and if there is just one thing to remember today, in my view, during my talk, sorry, it's writing. Because human knowledge is threatened by two things. That's why we are in the 21st century. iPod, communication means, computers, etc. Because the human being has written. I asked one day a data processing engineer, I said, what's the best way to store information? He said, well, USB is very fragile. The best now is yes, but it is based on material on storage means. Tapes. I talk about local storage for once or for a company. Tape duration is 15 or 20 years. Afterwards, you have to refresh it. And I said, but is there any other means? He said, films, optical film. it's more resistant than tape. It takes decades, 20, 30, 40 years. Nothing more, he said, we have done nothing better than clay tablets of Egyptian. It resists during 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years. Well, then writing, drawing, calculations, and implementations and test. Do it with cartons, do it with wire, do it with God knows. But do something. Start with something. Prototyping. The forms of innovation can be provoked, spontaneous, breaking off incremental if it is done step by step, technical, which is more spectacular. But many things occur in each area of human activity. Social innovation is very hard to do, but it is very spectacular when it works. It applies to services, organizations, communication, etc. It could be institutional. A researcher in an R&D department has as a main activity to search for ideas and to search for new products, new services, engineering, marketing. And it could be participative. The very little job of an employee, if you make him proud of his activity and his job, he can invent very, very smart ideas. And cross-functional groups can be strategic or local. Well, so there is a tentative definition. There is this or more, or books and rules and laws, the OECD, l'Organisation économique de la conférence économique, de la conférence pour le développement. It is UNCTAD, United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, which defines, and innovation can be measured. You can count the number of patents, the contribution of each invention to your revenue, etc., etc. So it's very large scope. But there is a tentative definition. It is any process of change which makes the company know-hows evolve toward a more competitive position. The point is to create the difference, to get the preference. When a customer or another organizations see your logo or see your product, it's a question asked by the gentleman. It's confidence. It is to make the people trust on your products. Well, there are models with technology push, an idea, R&D, production, marketing, and you create them. Nobody cares about television in the early 50s until the television set was affordable. So all the industrial creativity of it is a many activities, vacuum techniques for the cathodic tube, electronics, miniaturization, etc., etc. And there is another which is market pull, need expressed by the market. There is a little story. A European salesman came to a country in Africa, which is hot, there is sand, etc. And people goes, barefoot, pieds nus. He came back to his company and he said, here in that country, nobody is interested with shoes and with sandals. We can do nothing there. A Chinese company sent a salesman, and he said, wow, there are millions of people needing sandals. The point is, how much money are they ready to pay?
creativity techniques, you know all. And my friend Belkhayat remembered me. That's why I was playing with my keyboard. The idea of bumblebee, bourdon. It was so important that the person, the lady who devised this formula, this phrase, has it on a pin, and afterwards a pin, a luxury pin with diamonds, etc. And she created with some thousands of dollars until she died. Her company worth $2 or $3 billion, American dollars. Okay, she was Mary Kay Ash, and her company is Mary Kay Cosmetics. She says like this: aerodynamically, the bumblebee shouldn't be able to fly, but the bumblebee doesn't know it, so it goes flying anyway. To respond, if there is just one thing to remember today, another one thing, it is the quality of your product or service. Do not TQM, total quality management. Yeah, do you know it? Management de la qualité. There is another one, another principle. It's a joke. New total quality management. It is formulated as follows. The new total quality management is an evolution of total quality management aimed to meet new customers' needs. Everything now, anytime, anywhere, perfect, and at minimum cost and price. Sounds familiar? If you go and buy something in the grocery, if another one sells the same product with 1 centime cheaper, tomorrow you will ask for your seller to sell the same price, or you will not accept well, and this is the point. It is like goodwill, it's voluntary. They say with goodwill you can move mountains, but how could I have goodwill? That's a problem. How and where to find ideas? Every time, at every second, don't forget the context, the history. It is in the same order of importance, the history. When Mr. Belkhayat and the ladies speak about products, problems with administrations, the slag flow, comme des limaces, comme des escargots, slag flow of information and administration procedures, it depends on the context. History, which is a product of history, culture, society, technology, economy, industry, market, etc. etc. Weather. I'm really sorry. I caught a cold. And for you as young people, the 21st century is full of idea, of invention, of job opportunities. More than you can imagine, more than you can manage. These ideas are not ready to eat. No, it is a mistake. The thing they are doing in some institutions, they give you, don't worry, this is the file, you have to just do. No, it doesn't work like this. A challenge is an opportunity, or many opportunities. You can just watch television. There is a problem of demography, falling birth rate in developed countries, high birth rates in less developed countries, economic interdependence of national economies, globalization, financialization of the economy.